So I'm here with Stan Filin. You may recognize this man. We are on the train. We've left Moscow, headed to the border. Stan has many titles, one of which you might not know is he is technically, correct me if I'm wrong, a U.S. military cadet.
Yeah, but from a private academy.
Well, what's interesting about this fact is you probably have a better idea of the situation we're headed into than I do.
He's painting a picture like we're going to go to the front lines or something like that. We're going to be going to a few cities to do some reporting, do some videos, talk to some people, and we don't expect anything to happen there.
Вон, смотрите, видите, а вон стреляет уже по ней, вон ракета пошла. Это ракета сбивает сейчас. Смотрите, вот она. Это зенитка, конечно, зенитная ракета.
But since we have drones that fly all the way to some central-ish cities in Russia, then you never know what you can expect.
And this is why I'm glad he's here. As you can see, we already have a different perspective. Since I have no experience, to me it's a big deal, but he has the cadet training, which tells him we'll be all right.
Which is not much, to be quite honest with you, but at least I know that we should be safe from artillery, mostly, hopefully.
What about missiles or any type of launch device?
Those you don't hear coming.
All right.
Can't worry about.
So there's nothing we can do about that, but that is a possibility.
Everything's a possibility.
Right.
But the chances are, I'm not even going to speak about chances because it could be bad luck.
So I hear the air raid siren again.
Everything is always a possibility. But the golden rule, I mean, we're not going to be going somewhere we shouldn't be going. But the golden rule is don't touch what you didn't put on the floor.
You're talking about like mines.
If for some reason they tell you, hey Joe, we want to bring you over to a particular village where the blue yellows have been, don't touch anything.
Right.
Don't touch a doll, a teddy bear, a rock.
Exactly. So, you have experience, not with military, but with law enforcement as far as coordinating areas that are in difficult situations. So what are you expecting?
You're going into an area where there's potential for some sort of violence. To be aware of your surroundings, aware of who's around you, and just, head on a swivel. That's it. So instead of being, we like to classify it as green, yellow, red. Red means your hands-on, you're either hands on a person or something's going on. But police, military, for the most part, you live in this yellow zone. There's always an amount of strain. So you want to have an elevated stress level, some sort of strain, so that you can react. So that if you need to run, you run. If you need to duck, you duck.
These two guys are getting you super excited, but at the end you're going to see a beautiful city and a couple of villages.
They said there was a shooting. I don't know what exactly. Landed at 2 o'clock and at 3 o'clock.
It's still going to be a very interesting experience, but they're all talking about red, yellow, and green. Joe's all nervous because he can barely walk, so I don't know how we're going to be rolling his stuff, his long body off.
Yes, I'm mildly crippled right now.
Exactly. So just to keep everyone's expectations in line, I think I'm a little bit more in the green expectations. These guys are like in the yellow expectations. We'll meet somewhere in the middle, and hopefully nothing falls on our heads.
I'm going to counter.
Please, because Eddie, I was not even thinking about trouble with actually humans in front of me. I was only thinking of potential aerial danger.
Like, ask them what exactly happened.
Let's manage expectations.
I suppose anything's possible because Kursk did happen.
Yeah, true, but we're going to manage expectations based upon what my compatriot here just said.
The U.S. military cadet that's his moniker for this video.
He's absolutely right, because we're probably going to see something rather benign.
I saw something explode.
But the thing is that I don't know. I haven't been briefed on anything. I don't know where I'm walking into, but I want to be ready. So in other words, just be ready for anything and nothing will happen.
Right
You
here.
can see the smoke over there.
So we should talk about that.
Sveta, you have been one of the people planning this trip, so give us a rundown briefly. What's our itinerary, basically?
Well, it ended up to be the one person who is playing this trip. It wasn't my original idea.
All the men were not responsible enough, so you had to take over.
Well, it just turned to be that everyone was busy, and I ended up to be the manager of the trip. We're hoping to see a new town, and then another new town we have never been before. We only passed by the train. So we'll see the areas, we'll interview some people, and we'll see maybe someone we don't know yet. It's a surprise.
It's coming up on the Russian side.
Световые такие
It's being launched on the Russian side.
So this is a train sandwich, which is better than a plain sandwich. Hints of curry, delicate chicken, as they call it.
Really?
I'll give it a 7 on 10 in terms of food that you can pay for. I don't even know how much it costs, but it's quite tasty.
Let's see the thickness of the sandwich.
It's quite thick. It is super thick, like south thick.
So there's the train station where we just got off, and this is the city looking like a normal town or village so far. There's the statue, no sign of any trouble.
You are mean to your wife, dude. I gotta say. I didn't do it. I'm just saying I could have.
So they drove us through town, and it looked like a typical Soviet Russian style city or town. And Sveta's contacts in Bryansk wanted to show us something in this industrial area, and it is right in this unassuming warehouse here. Wow.
Tell you what, I'm gonna let him film and then I'll do it.
All right, so I see English on the side of the rocket, and this landed here in this village.
From what it looks like, it's about a ton. That's the weight of it, and it's been perforated by what looks like anti-air defense systems of sorts that exploded most likely next to it and penetrated it to ensure that it doesn't fall on its target. But imagine the type of hole that this thing would make if it actually hit the target.
So are all these bullet holes?
No, they're not bullet holes. They're basically
Fragments from an explosion that came in here.
This looks like a fragment that's exiting because you see the metal is going outward. But all these little holes, basically what happens is the way anti-air defenses work is they try to fly as close as possible to the target, at least the ones that I know about, and they explode next to it to ensure that the object gets downed by as many pieces of shrapnel as possible that end up exiting the rocket being fired from the air, from the defense system. Now, the fact that this is actually here in Bryansk means that it was downed over the oblast or the region somewhere. This thing most likely was shot down. I doubt that it is a result of some kind of internal faults or mechanics or whatever.
Because if it went off, we wouldn't really see much of it.
No,
is that right?
Exactly. But as you can see, it was shot down out of, from what I'm thinking, and then it has a point of impact, which is this area right here.
That's where it hit the ground.
I assume so.
So this is where the flames would be coming out. This is where the fins would have been. And I assume it had some sort of nose.
Probably. Well,
or not. Maybe it's just a drum.
It could be a, I don't know exactly what system this is, but it could be a two-part system that basically splits in midair before it reaches its target. That way it could actually have a bigger destruction range. This could have killed a lot of people.
Relatively small town, not that far away from Moscow. It's only 4 hours away by train. Yeah, well, it's sunny, it's nice, but I was told by locals that this is actually a nice weather for us, but this is the weather when most attacks happen, because the sky is blue and no clouds, and it's sunny and a good vision.
So a clear sky is not good safety-wise.
Safety-wise, yes.
Rolling?
Yes.
Did you like that clip? If so, click here. But if you love that clip, click here and watch the full video. Also remember to like, subscribe, comment, and most importantly, share before I disappear.